This galactic challenge may seem brutal at first, but with the right setup, your tier 7 rewards will come home safe and sound. There's a lot happening under the hood here, so I'm going to lay out the ground rules I've found from testing this event. First off, the clan loyalty buff means that Traya lead will keep our offense extremely low, so our only reliable way of winning is disintegrations. Any extra relic levels you bring are purely for survivability or crit chance. This is the team I beat it with, but don't let the relic numbers discourage you. High relics shouldn't be mandatory here with correct modding. The other important detail for beating the event is that Traya exclusively drops Isolate on the person with the highest combined health and protection. Because Isolate stops you from gaining buffs, it stops Mandalorian from using Disintegrate. So we need to play to keep Jango and Beskar Mando tankier and healthier than Mando is. This means that it's important to keep someone's supremacy level equal or higher to Mandalorian. If your Jango and Mandalorian are closer in gear or relics than mine are, then keep Mandalorian one level below him. For Zetas, Armorer Special is required. You do get penalized by Traya lead for the counterattacks, but I believe that the extra turn meter and protection regen from Beskar piece outweighs this risk, and I had it when I beat it. Mandalorian Unique and Beskar Mandalorian's Unique are borderline required. I'm not going to say it's impossible to win without them, but they're doing some serious heavy lifting, and it's gonna make the experience much more consistent for you. The modding is important if you want to make this as smooth as possible. Being fast is actually a bad thing on some characters. Armorer only needs to be 236 speed or faster here. If she can stay alive to get a mass assist off, it's nice, but not required, so try to add some survivability. Canderous needs to go before Armorer, so at least one above her speed, but after Traya, so slower than 288. I got my Canderous to 38,000 health. We need him to have enough health that he can fall below 60% without getting one shot, but we also don't want him to be too tanky to make sure he does fall below 60%. The rest of his stats don't matter. For Jango and Mandalorian, I'm recommending the same builds. All crit chance sets with crit chance triangle and protection primaries on the cross and circle, and speed arrows. If you don't have a protection primary with a crit chance set, just use a defense set instead. Avoid giving them health if you can, and don't worry about stats like offense at all here. Just bring the highest speed secondaries you can, with priority going to the Mandalorian. For Beskar Mando, give him 3 defense sets with 4 protection primaries. A speed arrow would also probably be fine here. Give him the best speed secondaries you can fit. Heading into gameplay, there are a few things that need to happen in sequence. To start off, Traya is up and we need her to use a special move. For my successful run, this ended up being Isolate, but all that matters here is that Sith Trooper needs to get Retribution and nobody dies. I have Mandalorian and Jango use the event special to start getting their crit chance back up and running. Canderous will be up next and we're using his basic. We need these 3 counterattacks to get Canderous down below 60% health, so if Sith Trooper fails to land defense down, you will need to restart. If you did this part successfully, use the invulnerability special on Jango, then Armor will be up next with 3 Beskar ingots, which we're dropping on Mandalorian immediately. Once we reach this point, we're less following a turn order and more following a pattern for each character. For Mandalorian, I take him to 2nd supremacy level quickly, and then make sure to upgrade Jango's supremacy first before taking him any further. If you're not using supremacy, keep using his basic aiming at Traya until we get to contract. For Jango, keep using his supremacy and flamethrower on cooldown. If both are available, it's probably best to use supremacy first. Focus his other turns on scoring as many crits as you can, remembering that Traya is the ideal target. For Beskar Mandalorian, I would always avoid using his Whistling Birds. Most of the time, their damage will be pitiful, and it locks us out of our other moves. Just focus on using his invulnerability on Jango whenever it's available, with exception being if Mandalorian happens to be near death. Spam Supremacy on cooldown for his other turns, and basic Sith Trooper if you have to. Once you've done all of this successfully, you'll land at your first Disintegrate, and Traya will be done for. Jango and Beskar Mando will have done their jobs, and the rest gets easier from here. Spam the event ability whenever it's up, and switch to using basic against Savage. Because of Sith Trooper's Retribution, First Order Sith Trooper's crit immunity, and Maul's bonus evasion, Savage ends up being the least penalizing to aim for. Keep this up and you'll get your next Disintegrate. Take out First Order Sith Trooper first, then go back to the same process, taking out Savage, then Maul, then Sith Trooper. Collect your rewards, pass this guide around if you found it helpful, and feel free to check out my Discord if you're looking for more Galaxy of Heroes discussion. Happy hunting!